So in this session, we are going to learn how to install Prometheus and Grafana with WMI Exporter on Windows Server 2022 base. So here, this is my article. So we are going to follow this article. So first of all, we need to understand what is Prometheus. So Prometheus is an open source Linux server monitoring tool mainly used for metrics monitoring, event monitoring, and alert management and etc. Prometheus had changed the way of monitoring system, and that is why it has become the top level project of cloud native computing foundation. And Prometheus uses a powerful query language that is known as PromQL. Then why we use Prometheus? So multidimensional data model with the time series data identified by metric name and key value pairs. And PromQL, a flexible query language to leverage this dimensionally, and pushing time series is supported via the intermediary gateway. So that's the Prometheus. Then here I mentioned some Prometheus architecture. You can see Prometheus server, storage, PromQL, scrap target, service discovery, alert manager, and user interfaces. So here you can see, let's understand the Prometheus components one by one. So Prometheus server. So in Prometheus server, storage, PromQL, service discovery, scrap target, alert manager, and user interface. Then the next is Grafana. So what is Grafana? So Grafana is a free and open source visualization tool mostly used with Prometheus to reach monitor metrics, and Grafana provides various dashboard, charts, graphs, alert for the particular data source. And Grafana allows to query, visualize, explore metrics, and set alerts for the data source, which can be system, server, nodes, cluster, and etc. So we can also create our own dynamic dashboard for visualization and monitoring, and we can save the dashboard and even share with our team members, which is one of the main advantage of Grafana. The next is WMI Exporter. So it is the same like Node Exporter, but Node Exporter only for Linux and WMI Exporter only for Windows. And WMI Exporter is an exporter utilized for Windows Server to collect metrics like CPU uses, memory, and disk uses. And it is open source, which can be installed on Windows Server using the .msi install. So that's a small introduction about WMI Exporter, Grafana, and Prometheus. So let's start. So here I mentioned some prerequisites. So firstly, we need a good internet connectivity, then security groups configured properly, and adequate browser. So in security groups configured on EC2 instances. So firstly, we need a port number 9090 for Prometheus server, then 9182 for WMI Exporter, and 3000 for Grafana. So let's start. So firstly, we need to download Prometheus for Windows. So first of all, we need an instance, Windows Server instance. So you can see here I install instance, Windows instance. You can see the name Prometheus. And if you want to check the AMI, so let's check. So I'm going to scroll down. And you can see AMI name Windows Server 2022. Okay. And as you can see, we are successfully logged into our Windows server. Here you can see. Right. Okay. Now, so first of all, here we need to download our Windows server. So you can see here I mentioned a link of the official site of Prometheus. So I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to paste here. And if you want to install the latest, sorry, if you want to download the latest version of Prometheus, then you can go to this official page of Prometheus and download from here. So we need to download for Windows. So here you can see the zip file for Windows. So I'm going to download. Okay, it's downloading. So let's go to the download. Okay. So firstly, we need to unzip. So I'm going to extract all. Okay. So it's done. So now we are in this folder. So I'm going to click on Prometheus, and now here I'm going to use command prompt from here, because firstly we need to go to the root directory, and here I'm going to use command prompt from here because we need this location. So here I'm going to enter cmd and press enter. So you can see the location. We are in user administrator download and the Prometheus folder name, right? Okay. So here now to download Prometheus in window, we need to use this command here. You can see open command prompt and the locate to Prometheus root directory and use the following start command to pass web listen address and config file default prometheus.yaml file as options, right? So the command is here, so I'm going to use this command to download Prometheus on window. So here I'm going to paste this command and press enter. Okay. So as you can see, server is ready to receive web request. Okay. So that means you have successfully download Prometheus. So now how to check? So open your web browser, and here, sorry, open your web browser, and here how to check our Prometheus. So enter localhost, and the Prometheus port number is 9090, right? Okay, so let's check our Prometheus is installed or download or not. So you can see it's successfully downloaded on Windows server. You can see the Prometheus dashboard. So that's the Prometheus dashboard, as you can see. Prometheus alert, graph, status, and help. So if I go to the status and go to the target, so as you can see, as of now we have only one target here, right, with the name Prometheus, and you can see the endpoint here, and the state is up, and the labels and last scrap and scrap duration and so on, right? Okay, that means you have as of now we have only one job here, that's why you can see only one job. Okay, if I go to the Prometheus and here if I run the up query and click on execute, so you can see it give us only one. Why? Because as of now we have only one job, and that the job state is up, right? That's why they give us one. If our job status is down, that means if I go to the status and go to the target, here the state is down, then it will give us zero. When our Prometheus or maybe another job, when it's down, then they give us zero. But as of now we have only one job, that's why they give us one. Okay, now that's it's done. That means we have successfully download Prometheus. Okay, now the next step, let's check the next step in our article. So that's my article. Okay, we have successfully installed Prometheus. Okay, now the next step is here. Now the next step is install Grafana. So now we will download the latest version of Grafana from official page of Grafana. So select your operating system and download .msi installer. So I'm going to copy this Grafana official site page, and I'm going to copy here. Okay, so as you can see, this is the official site of Grafana. Download Grafana, and if you want to download the latest version, so you can go to this official site And as you can see, you can choose your operating system. So our operating system is Windows, right? Okay. And after that, here I'm going to install this, download the installer, right? .msf file. Okay. So as you can see, it's installing Grafana. Okay, you can see it's installed. Sorry, it's download. It's done. Okay, so let's go to the folder and let's download our graph now. So I'm going to download. So let's install now. Okay, so installer is ready. So let's install. So welcome to the Grafana Enterprises Setup Wizards. Okay, next. I accept the terms and the license agreement. Next, next, and then install. So you can see it's installing Grafana on our Windows server. Okay, you can see, click the finish button to exit the setup wizard. Okay, it's done. So click on finish. So now how to check our Grafana is installed or not. So first of all, okay. So how to check our Grafana is installed or not. So just a second. Okay. So first of all, go to the web browser and here enter localhost colon and our Grafana port number is 3000, right? Okay. So before check, first of all, we need to changes in Grafana configuration file. So how to change? So first of all, just a second, before check Grafana dashboard. So first of all, go to the C drive here, C drive, go to the program files, then go to the Grafana labs, Grafana, and here you can see config folder and go to the defaults file. And here search for SMTP and here is SMTP. Okay, so let's scroll down and here you can see the SMTP false, so we need to replace with true. Then let's save the file and exit. Okay, now it's done. Okay, so now it's done. Okay, now open new tab and let's check our Grafana is installed or not. So enter localhost colon and the port number is 3000. Let's enter. So you can see so loading Grafana, that means we have successfully installed Grafana on Windows, right? So first of all, it will ask username or email or password. So the default username and password is admin. So username is admin and the password also admin. You can see here admin, right? So click on login and for security it will ask set your new password, right, for the security. So I'm going to reset my password, click on submit. If you want to skip, then you can skip this step. Okay, So as you can see, this is our Grafana dashboard. You can see, welcome to Grafana, right? So this is our Grafana dashboard. Okay, now the next is, here we are going to install WMI exporter now. Okay, it's done. Now let's go to the WMI exporter. So, okay, here. Install WMI Exporter. So, Windows host, you are going to use WMI Exporter. So, you can download the latest version of installer from here. So, here I mention the link of my WMI Exporter installer. So, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to open here. So WMI Exporter is like Node Exporter, but Node Exporter for only Windows. Sorry, Node Exporter only for Linux, and WMI Exporter only for Windows Server, right? If you want to check, then if I go to this Prometheus official site here, and here, if I click on Node Exporter, you can see. So you can see in Node Exporter there is no any installer for Windows machine. You can see only for Linux and Android, right? Because the Node Exporter is only for Windows, not sorry, only for Linux, not for the Windows. And the WMI exporter is only for Windows, not for the Linux machine. So that's why for Windows we are going to install WMI exporter. So I'm going to scroll down, and in assets you can see WMI exporter. So I'm going to use this .msi installer, right? So let's download. So as you can see, it's downloading. Okay, it's done. So click on showing folder and let's install WM exporter using this installer. So wait for the few seconds. Okay, it's done. Now let's check our WM exporter is installed or not. So how to check? So the command is simple here in my article, as you can see. After install of WM exporter, let's check the status. Okay, after that, now that your export is running, and it should start exposing the metrics on this port number 9182, right? If you want to check, then here go to the web browser and enter localhost, and the port number is 9182 slash metrics. So let's check. So you can see the metrics, as you can see, and you can see the metrics start from Windows, right? So here you can see now the export is running, and you should start the it should start exposing metrics on this localhost 9182, right? Okay, it's done. And if you want to check the status of WMI exporter, so first of all go to the service, and here in service let's check the status. So how to check? So open service, and in service let's check the WMI exporter. So let's scroll down and let's check the WMI exporter here. So where is the WMI exporter? Hmm. So here you can see WMI exporter, right? And the state is running. You can see that means we have successfully installed WMI exporter on Windows machine. Okay, so you can see WMI export and the state is running. That means we have successfully installed WMI exporter on Windows. And as you can see, the matrix, right? Okay. Now, now the next step is we need to add this WMI Exporter job on our Prometheus configuration file. So how to add? So let's check the articles and you can see update update Prometheus configuration file, right? That means prometheus.yaml file. So firstly we need to go to the Prometheus file and open the prometheus.yaml file, and here we need to update the configuration file, right? So here we need to add the new job with the name WMI Exporter, and in target here we need to enter our host IP and the port number is 9182, right? Okay, so I'm going to copy this and now go to the Windows server, and here now if I go to the Prometheus and go to the status and go to the target, so now you can see as of now we have only one job, right, with the name Prometheus. Now we are going to add new one more job with the name WMI Exporter here. Okay, so go to the Prometheus, sorry, download, go to the Prometheus, and here in Prometheus here is our configuration file .yaml file, and we need to update our configuration file. And here I'm going to add one more job with the name WMI Exporter. And here in host IP we need to add our instance IP. So go to the AWS and I'm going to copy my instance IP and let's paste here. And now let's check the indentation. We need to set the proper indentation. You can see we need to careful about indentation. Okay, it's done. Okay, so let's save the file and close your file. Okay, now if I go to the Prometheus and refresh the page, and as you can see here is only one job now, right? If I go to the Prometheus, then go to the star status and target, and still you can see we have only one job. Why? Because we need to restart our Prometheus. If you changes any configuration file, we need to restart our server, right? So how to restart our Prometheus? So first of all I'm going to close this, and after that go to the Prometheus and open command prompt from here, and after that here enter the command that we have used when we are install our Prometheus. Here is the command. I'm going to use this command for restarting my Prometheus. Okay, let's copy the command. Let's enter. Okay, it's done. Now let's go to the Prometheus dashboard here and refresh the page. Now wait for a few seconds. It's restarting. see. Now we have two jobs. One is Prometheus and the another one is WMI Export, and the state is up. If I go to the Prometheus and execute the up query here, and now we will have two outputs, one for Prometheus and one for WMI Exporter, and the state is up, that's why they give us 1. If the state is down, then give us 0. Okay, if I go to the status and go to the target, you can see we have two jobs here right now. Okay, now the next step is go to the Grafana. Okay, now configure Prometheus as Grafana data source. So once you log in into Grafana, now first navigate to setting icon and configure data sources, right? Okay, so go to the Grafana. So here is our Grafana. And here in Grafana, first of all, go to the settings here, configure, add data source, and our data source is Prometheus. Click on Prometheus, and here we need to enter our Prometheus URL. So here is our Prometheus URL, so our URL localhost 9090, and keep as it is and click on save and test. Data source updated, you can see data source is working. Okay, now go to the home page and now click on this icon and go to the import, and now here we need to enter grafana.com dashboard URL or ID. So what is the ID? So let's scroll down, and you can see as per your requirement you can do other changes or you can also keep the remaining configurations default. Okay, now click on save and test. Okay, now go to the import here. The next step is creating Grafana dashboard to monitor Windows Server, right? Okay, so let's build a dashboard in Grafana. So then it will able to reflect the metrics of the Windows system. So here we will use this ID 14510 to import grafana.com. So let's come to the Grafana homepage and go to the import and enter the 14510. Okay. So let's enter the ID 14510 for WMI Exporter. So now click on load and let's check the dashboard. Okay, so you can see the name is WMI Exporter node, Windows Exporter node, and the folder is general. And here Prometheus, select Prometheus default and then click on import. Now as you can see the dashboard. So you can see Windows Exporter node. So you can see the dashboard. So you can monitor this dashboard from here. You can see the data. You can see the graph of hard drive load, hard disk free space, and so on. You can see. If you want to save this dashboard, so you can save. You can see save dashboard, and that's the last 5 minutes, right? So you can set the minutes also. Okay. So in my article you can see the dashboard, right? So then you are done with the setup. You can see your dashboard is running up, right? So that's the your dashboard and you can monitor the dashboard, right? Okay, so we have successfully installed uh, in this video we have successfully installed Prometheus, Grafana and WMI Exporter on Windows Server 2022 base. So thank you for watching.